Our story begins with Cal Warden, who's basically the Master Chief of the Nova universe. And his ship crash lands on Earth. Afterwards, he kills a couple goons. These goons are called Volterites, which are basically aliens that made a deal with corrupt humans, allowing them to infect them and create the Dominion, which is their clubhouse of evil. So basically the anime Parasite, but with a lot more consent and a lot less crack. Shortly after, Cal gets into contact with a group of soldiers called Echo 1. These soldiers have great personalities, fears, and jokes between them.
Well, suddenly every breath I take surprises me. I don't know. Between a couple of old dogs, Commander? Oh, it gets to you sometimes, you know? Wiggles its way in, suddenly you're just a rookie all over. Not sure which way is west, and if you're ever gonna taste your mom's chicken pot pie again. You know what I mean? Right.
For how old this game is, the dialogue was really well done if I'm being honest. I wouldn't get too attached to these characters though.
Sergeant Becker is
The first
dead.
chapter of the game really just introduces you to most of the enemies, weapons, and gimmicks. Cal has 3 abilities: a knockback wave, a paralyze, and last but not least, Michael Bay, aka slow motion. Yes, he has slow motion built into his suit. I don't know how it works. Along with this, he also has a throwable mine, a grenade, a very overpowered pistol, a very underpowered rifle, a ragdoll shotgun, a sniper, a bazooka he keeps in his back pocket, as you do, a grenade launcher for, you know, when the line's too long at Tesco, and last but not least, a freaking flamethrower. We also get introduced to 3 types of enemies: Volterites, Flying Volterites, and Big Mama Jammas, Psychers. These Psychers can go invisible and are pretty tough at times, but all you really have to do is paralyze them, and one clip of any gun should kill them. So Cal and Team Echo 1 need to bring up their communications and haul ass home, which is exactly what they do, and all goes well. Is that a goddamn mech? Oh god, what do we do? Jeez, how are we gonna beat this? Wait, oh. Someone just happened to leave this rocket launcher, fully loaded rocket launcher next to this Uber. Oh god, what are we gonna... Jokes aside, the boys in blue make it home eventually, and then we meet Yelena, who's Cortana, but... Whew. At this point, we get some exposition. See, basically, the Volterites had destroyed Earth or some shit. I should have probably played the other 2 games. So Yelena decided to steal an ancient Judger artifact to terraform the planet. Now, this artifact had a lot of power behind it, as you can imagine, so it attracted the Volterites to this planet, and that's the end of Chapter 1. Real quick, the Judges are basically the almighty overseers of this universe, and if anyone messes with their stuff or the balance of the universe, they destroy them. These artifacts, if fallen into Volterite hands, will destroy the universe, basically, because they're going to take over everything, whatever. You know, you get the gist. Classic Frieza, okay? But the Judges are giving humanity, aka Cal Warden, right? I mean, this guy does everything. A chance to return the artifacts and get back the ones the Volterites already have, in exchange for them not Thanos snapping humanity. Chapter 2. Oh, I have a lot to say about this chapter. Now, the chapter starts off pretty fun. You have to defend the fortress against a Volterite attack. You get to use a sniper in the first section, which I think by far was probably my favorite part, even though you do actually get to use a mech as well. The sniping section is pretty cool. You get to snipe, you get to take a step back. It's a nice change of pace from Chapter 1. However, the sniper is a bit janky, if I'm being honest, especially with aim assist on. Afterwards, you fight a horde of Volterites, which would be hard, except 1, you don't get to use the turret that's there, and 2, you just throw 2 grenades, a couple RPG shots, and they're all dead, which isn't that hard to do considering Cal Warden has an RPG stuck up his ass, because I don't know where else he's pulling it from, alright? He's got some prison tactics. Like I mentioned, you get to use a mech. The mech in itself, you'd think it'd be a very cool, you know, thing to use, but it's really not. It's kind of boring in this section. You do get to use it in later chapters, and especially I think in Chapter 5, when you do get to use it, it's much more entertaining than this. You know, this fight is like 20 seconds long, max. That's assuming you're struggling. You know, you're playing blind or something. 2 enemy mechs appear, you just have to gun them down. They have armor-piercing bullets, so you have to move around a little bit. 2 missile shots, hold the button a couple seconds, and they're donezo. That's about it. Eventually, the section does end, and Yelena tells you to take a 4x4 gunner with Sergeant Becker to a warehouse that has the ancient artifact that they stole from the Judges. This didn't make any sense to me. If you stole an ancient artifact, why would you keep it away from your fortress that has all your mechs and soldiers in it? Especially when we get to the artifact, there's literally no mechs there, no weapons, no soldiers, other than a couple turrets. Eventually, when we do reach the warehouse front, which by the way took way too long, this section was very boring in my opinion. The 4x4 gunner isn't really that fun to use because of aim assist. It just makes it too easy, like I mentioned. Sergeant Becker waits outside, and unfortunately he waits outside. The warehouse did have a lot of Volterites in it, which would make sense that, you know, the Nova soldiers couldn't keep them off, but dude, there are no dead Volterites. So I don't like that part of the story where they'll say shit like a Voltron attack happened here, but then there's no dead soldiers. You know what I mean? It'd be cool if there were bodies lying around. But either way, there's a lot of Voltors in this section. It really just feels like a run and gun, which kind of sucks. I was hoping you'd get to fight more tactically, but meh. You do get to use a turret, which is very underwhelming considering you got to use a mech like a couple minutes ago anyways. And if you look closely, there's a Voltoroid playing Ring Around the Rosie. That's something you have to get used to. A lot of the enemies in Nova 3 are bugged. I mean, it makes sense. It's a very old game. And at least the bugs are, entertaining. However, I did play a couple times where enemies got stuck outside the map and I had to restart the level because you can't progress unless all enemies are killed, which kind of sucks. But hey, look, it's an old game. It happens. I've dealt with worse. Finally, you beat through waves of Voltorites, way too many by the way. You used up way too many grenades for no reason, thought a shotgun had the range of a sniper, and we finally meet another Voltorite that's bugged. Yep, he's just looking at me. Boom. Jesus Christ. That blood splat, I love it. And there's a Nova soldier that somehow managed to survive everything. How did he get here before me? Wait a second. I'm going to go off script. How did he get here before me? Either way, eventually you get there and time stops. Maybe it's just... Oh, shit. Is that Prometheus? Wait, what? Prometheus? I swear, I'll give back the stuff, right? Just don't murder anyone. I'll do anything. Oh, God. Oh, geesh, man. Oh.
Wait, if you just listen. Jesus Christ. Okay, I will forgive you and the Voltorites if you get me back the other artifact that the Voltorites are stealing, okay?
Wait, so you want me, Cal Warden, to get back all the artifacts and fight through literal armies of basically demigods, all for you not destroying humanity?
Yes.
With all due respect, COVID's doing your job for you, and do you really think I give a heck, a hickle, a double hockey stick about humanity?
Becker's dead.
Oh no. Not Becker! I mean, it's sad, but I really didn't know the guy, so I kind of just don't care.
I will buy you a Yelena body pillow.
You had me at Yelena.